to My Awesome Empire. Coming up, an impressive 9-year-old lady from Kcaa is finding ways to make her community better. We meet her next.
Start college as a student. Start growing as a leader. Start your career as an officer. Start strong. When you register to take Army ROTC course electives, you'll be on the path to leadership. You'll also learn lessons that go beyond the classroom. And as an Army ROTC cadet, you may be eligible for full tuition scholarship and a monthly allowance of up to $500. When you graduate and complete Army ROTC, you will leave ready to lead as an officer in the U.S. Army, Army Reserve, or Army National Guard. To find out more, visit your Army ROTC representative. Contact Army ROTC San Bernardino at 909-537-5533 or visit armyrotc.csusb.edu for more information. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong, paid for by the United States Army.
Welcome back to My Awesome Empire. As we close our program today, we introduce you to 9-year-old Jessica.
My name is Jessica. I am 10 years old. I go to Inland Leaders Charter School, and I'm going into 5th grade. Well, this year for Make a Difference Day, we went to a community center, and we painted the rec room kind of thing. We painted it white, and then since we got there at a different time, which they finished the first coat, we went around the community and we picked up trash. And so when we finished, we went back and we painted the room. And we just took paintbrushes and dipped it in paint and painted the walls. I got to redo an entire room. I picked up trash for the community, and I spent the entire day with my family and friends having so much fun. I like to swim, I like to play soccer, and I like to roller skate, and this is why I like Kcaa.
Thanks, Jessica, and thank you for joining us today for My Awesome Empire. Are you part of an extraordinary charity or innovative business? We want to hear about it. Write to us, My Awesome Empire at csusb.edu. Thanks to student producer co-hosts Arnold Robles and Bobby Albano, to engineers Amy Alvarez and Chris Byrne, and chief production engineer Arnold Robles. My Awesome Empire is a production of the College of Arts and Letters at California State University, San Bernardino, celebrating 50 amazing years of transforming lives. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lacey Kendall. Have an awesome week.
You're listening to KCAA Loma Linda at 106.5 FM, K293CF Moreno Valley.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sizzle C, and you are tuned into Real Talk Radio, where real men talk. And I'm here with my wonderful, wonderful host, Mr. Bradley Walker.
Give it up. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yo, everybody, we want to tell you right now, you are tuned in, and this show, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be dedicated to the one and only, the beautiful, talented, oh, you hear the song playing. Oh, let it marinate your spirit. The one and only Miss Natalie Cole. Y'all, today we have an awesome special guest we're going to be interviewing on today as well. As in the studio with us, the one and only Mr. Eddie Cole is going to be here on today. So we're going to be talking to him as well. That is the first cousin of the wonderful Natalie Cole. So we're going to be speaking to him as well. And we got some phone calls coming in. So you guys make sure you tune in and call. The number is 1-888-909-1050. That's right. If you want to be a part of this awesome situation on today, to tell us how you feel about Natalie Cole, tell us your favorite Natalie Cole moments, you can do that at 1-888-909-1050. Bradley, tell us what's going on.
Oh, man, it's going on, man. It's just glad to be back to work, back on air. As you heard, we are dedicating this show to my best friend, my sister, my friend for 40 years, Miss Natalie Cole. And I got a lot to say about her, man. It's just crazy because she's crazy. She's witty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to miss her, man.
Let me tell you. Let me ask you that. You've been knowing her for about over 40 years?
About 40 years, man.
Wow.
Plus, I ain't gonna need to say plus. I ain't gonna go no further because somebody may be trying to calculate my age.
Right.
I ain't trying to hear it. But yeah, man, we met with through her first husband, Reverend Marvin Yancey, out of Chicago. Him and I became writing partners. Me and Marvin Yancey go way back, and so that's when I met Natalie. And from there, we never stopped loving each other. And after Marvin died in '85, after we worked on his Grammy-nominated album.
That's right.
You know.
What's the name of that album?
And it's Heavy Load.
Heavy Load,
and I wrote
yes.
Step by Step and Well Done. And so after he made his transition and he was called home, Natalie and I never stopped rocking and rolling, man. And that's my sister. That's my family. The Cole family is my second family.
Beautiful.
But I'm glad to have my other business partner in the studio, Eddie Cole. Hey, look here, man. We gonna move on a little further. We ain't gonna make Eddie Cole wait. We see we got .com in the house, Daewoo from the Bradley Walker Show.
Oh yeah,
we gonna bring him over in a minute. He brought his family in. I see him.
Beautiful.
Eddie Cole.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
Oh, blessed, man.
It's
Blessed.
all about our cuz, man. Your cuz, my sister.
That's right.
Eddie, just give us how did you and your cousin came about? You know, just talk to us a little bit.
Well, first of all, her dad and my dad were brothers, so naturally, you know, we're first cousins. But I didn't really meet Natalie until we were grown. You know, till we were really big kids, teenagers, and actually, to be honest with you, I didn't really meet her until I was in college.
Really?
So I went to college back in. Do I need to tell that?
No, you ain't got to tell that.
We know you're smart.
Well, we already know you got your degree in music, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, you got a degree in music.
So I graduated in 1974. Yeah, so I met her. She came out to our house when we lived in North Chicago, which is not really Chicago. It's like 45 miles north.
But just that word sounds real
Chicago.
good to me.
Yeah, right.
That Chicago sounds so good to me.
You from Chicago too, right, Brad?
Oh, man, all day long. Don't start me, South Side.
But that's where we met, and I really didn't, when I say we met, that's literally it. We just seen each other. I really didn't know her, or, you know, we didn't have any type of meaningful interaction, but I really got to know Natalie after I got out of college, and I went on the road with a band for about 8 years that I helped form, and when we moved out here to California, that's when I really got to know Natalie.
So you were her music director, is that correct?
Yeah, I was her musical director starting in 1981.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So all that traveling, everything, music, you was responsible for all that, making sure everything was on point.
Yep, sure was. It did all of the orchestra, not all of the orchestrations, but a lot of the orchestrations for a lot of the arrangements. And
now, what kind of pressure was that? I mean, because you were a young man doing this, and Natalie Cole being who she is.
Hey, man, I was ready.
Yeah, I heard that. He said I was ready.
I was ready. I mean, you know, if it was pressure, it didn't feel like pressure. I mean, there were times when it was pressure. I remember this, just to kind of let you know what pressure is. There was this one particular show that we did. We did the Johnny Carson show. Okay. And on this one show, we made history. And what I mean by that is that there was this one song that we did. I think it was Jump Start. Remember Natalie's tune Jump Start?
Right.
Jump Start had a drum. We had to use a drum track on it, drum box, I should say. And I was responsible for starting it. But for whatever reason, there was some kind of a glitch going on.
Okay.
And on Johnny Carson's show, you do not start over. It's all live tape. He doesn't allow artists to start over.
So what you do is what you do.
But we had to start over. And that was the first time in history that we actually had to start over.
The song over.
Yep.
On Johnny Carson. On Johnny Carson.
On Johnny
On
Carson.
Johnny Carson. Wow. So that was pressure.
I can imagine.
But we finally pulled it off, you know.
Awesome. So you man, you know, we gonna have some fun, boy, because if Natalie was here, she'd just be clowning. You know what I mean?
Right.
She would.
And I remember when you first became her musical director.
Oh, you're gonna go there? Okay.
I gotta tell it.
You gotta go tell it.
Yeah, man, I gotta tell myself, Reverend Marvin Yancey. We just got back out of New York because we was getting ready to do some work with Wilson Pickett, and
Reverend Marvin Yancey. That was Natalie Cole's husband.
That was Natalie Cole. husband.
Okay, got you.
Robert Yancey. They had one. They had one son, one kid. She only had one anyway.
Right.
So, which is Robbie.
Okay, got you. Go ahead.
So we flew into L.A. We flew back out going to Vegas. So good friend of mine, Gene Bodge, who really brought me into the writing and songwriting game, and Gene Bodge was a musical director, and Eddie was just in the band. So they had a good night.
Gene made me his understudy.
Yeah, your understudy. Okay,
Oh, wow.
Right. And so what they did was Gene had a good night. They had a good Friday night. We reviewed. Okay, so we coming in to hang. He gonna be with his wife, and so we got in that Saturday. We heard Gene got fired.
Oh, wow.
Gene got fired. So Marvin, he mad at Natalie, everything going crazy. So they picked us up at the airport in the limo. So Gene Bodge was in the limo. So when Gene Bodge left, his name was up on the on the sign there.
Billboard?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the billboard.
Uh-huh.
Gene Bodge, musical director. But when he came back, they was putting the E on Eddie Cole. It was crazy. We on air. I can't say what we want to say on air. Gene said my name was up there when I left. It was just that quick. And
That's show
when,
business for you.
Man, look, that's when Eddie became.
But
But it was a great show.
Awesome.
And Eddie, you come from a musical background family, and you hear about Natalie, but there is other people in your family, Uncle Dinky. Well, I know him like that.
Right.
Freddie Cole.
Right.
And your dad, Ike Cole. Mm-hmm. Right.
And your son as well is a singer as well, right? Correct.
Right.
It's all in the family.
Yeah, the only people that really went into the music field is out of my family. Well, I should say out of the Cole family was all the brothers actually.
Okay.
Eddie was the oldest. That's who I'm named after.
Okay.
He died in 1970. Then my dad, actually it was Aunt Bay. We called her Aunt Bay. Evelyn was next. But she's passed away too. Then my dad, Ike Cole, he died in 2001. He was a musician. All of them had their own little trios, and they all sat at the piano and sang.
Wow.
The difference with Eddie was that his wife, Betty, they both sat at the piano together. I can't remember who played the top and who played the bottom, but they sat there together, and they called themselves the Two Hot Coals.
Wow. The Two Hot Coals.
Yeah, but
okay.
they were pretty popular in Hawaii. They did a lot of stuff in Hawaii. So, but then there's Freddie, who's still alive. Freddie is still alive. He does his thing. He still travels around, and he has a little trio, a quartet. I'm not sure how many pieces he has, but he still records and does his thing. Then there's me. There's Natalie, who's passed away, and then my son, Eddie. And then there's Freddie has a son, Lionel Cole, who's also in the industry. So basically, there's really only a few of us.
Now, do you sing and play at the same time? You all right?
Yeah, I'm trying to direct. I'm
what
directing.
is
Yeah,
going?
I'm on webcam. They probably
I
wait.
can't see you.
You know what? I was just inviting Dawu in.
I'm like, what's all this extra traffic?
Yeah,
I'm in my head.
and I'm smacking. And Dawu act like he, good to see you, sugar.
Man.
Can he get in? We got to scoot over.
Come on,
Dawu.
Dawu don't have. We have any more headphones for Dawu?
Yeah,
come on,
let's get him.
We got Dawu. Dawu is also part of me.
I'm gonna need an aspirin. My head is ringing. I
Of
shouldn't
the Bradley
have signed
Walker
the disclaimer
show. The bass player. He got his memory moments of Natalie, so we gonna hook him up real quick.
Yeah.
He brought his lovely wife, who's a fantastic singer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And while we do that, I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors while we're getting him all hooked up. We want to say a special thank you to Miss Danielle Dixon. She has a book coming out. It's out now. It's entitled I See You. It's 21-day journey to help you unlock your purpose. I'm on page number about 17. I'm not going to lie. I ain't really get into it too deep yet, but so far it's so good, and I'm telling you it's really good. So you guys got to pick up this book. It's amazing. It's a true a book to help your life. I mean, it'll really help your life. And me being a licensed life coach, I can tell you that this book will bless your life. So y'all make sure y'all pick this book up. I See You. Let me make sure that everybody see this. Good, because that's a good sponsor to pay.
Closer to the camera. I See You.
You got that? I See You.
I See You.
Yes, by Miss Danielle Dixon. All right, Brad.
You know what? You just tuned into KCAA.
Yes, sir.
1050 AM, 106.
Point
for Real 5.
Point for Real 5.
Where real men talk. I'm Bradley Walker.
And I'm comedian Sizzle C.
We got Eddie Cole in the house from the Cole family. We also got joined with us. I call him .com. Dawood, pull a mic. Just say something, man.
All right, how you doing?
Dawood, what was some of your Natalie Cole moments and you heard her music?
Well, I enjoyed her music, especially when they did that mix with her father.
Right.
Oh,
back in the day.
yes.
I thought that was a really classy, really cool thing. And then she used to come visit this church that I used to play at. I'm a part-time musician going to college at the time. And
phenomenal bass player.
All these
phenomenal.
Yeah, yes,
He's a phenomenal bass player.
He
He being real modest. The brother can do something with them strings. Hear me? Go ahead, Doc.
And well, anyway, she would sing her favorite song. It was a Walter Hawkins song.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what that song might be?
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Lord.
That's it. That's the song.
Okay.
Eddie probably was on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, she sung it, and we were just like happy to play for her. You know, she would come up after the choir would sing and stuff.
Yeah.
And we would just.
She was very
Play and
touchable,
stuff.
man.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about Natalie. You know, she, all that security. She had security, yeah, but she just reached out to people.
Yeah.
That's what I love so much about her. Very smart.
I saw a clip today.
You know.
I was doing my research because I wanted to just kind of, engulf myself with it. And I saw a clip of her she was coming out of the airport, and just relaxing, ready to go into the limousine she had there, and the people all crowding her trying to get autographs. She was tired. You could tell she was tired,
Right.
and she still stopped, got up, signed autographs, everything, and loved on the people, and still. And I was like, wow, this lady's obviously tired. You can see she just flew in, and people are on her like that, and she still showed the love to the fan. That's a beautiful thing.
Right. If you want to call in to 1-888-909-1050. That's 888-909-1050. Let us hear some of your moments, the music you love. I'm expecting some of my special guests to call in a few. In the meantime, in between time.
Eddie, I want to ask you now, what did you play? Because I know you said you were the musical director.
Yeah, well, I got when I was in college, I got my degree basically concentrating on the saxophone, but I also played keyboard too.
Awesome.
So when I was with Natalie, I did keyboard, sax, and I also did background vocals.
Oh, awesome. Mm-hmm. And then your son, I know Eddie Cole, he had back in the day, I know he was doing a group. I remember Fourth Element back in the day.
Right.
I remember that group.
Yeah, that was years ago.
Yeah, that's years ago. And now, he's on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
But, that's all in the family. Just
Yes,
everybody's
it is.
talented. That's amazing.
Yep.
Wow.
Even my wife is a musician. She's a singer. We both went to college together. That's where we met, actually. We met the first day of college.
Did you ever go home, man? Everything else, you went to college.
What do you
Did
mean?
you get home yet, man?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want to know. Well, me and my wife was at the college. Did y'all go home? Gee.
That's Bradley for you with his crazy self. Man, I'm just excited, y'all. This is a pleasure and an honor to have one of the very own family members of the Cole family sitting right next to me. This is just a blessing, I'm telling you. And we're blessed on this station to have him here. And also another phenomenal musician, the one and only Dawood. Man, this brother right here can play. I can't stop saying it. This brother is amazing on the and his son plays the drums too. Let me say that. I've been following his son since I think '99. He was in Drum Off, and then he won 2014. He just won 2014 Drum Off. It's music all up in this studio. I mean, it's just talent is in the family. It's going through the blood. I'm also a drummer as well / comedian. So I just feel honored to be around real musicians because I can really say I know them now.
I'm just a whistleblower.
You sing too. Stop playing. You know you sing too.
/ comedian. Talk
/
show
songwriter.
Host, choreographer.
Red carpets.
Grammy nominated.
All that.
Huh?
Red carpets.
God is good.
All the time. Go on and get it. You so sick. All right, it's going to get real to you in a minute.
Okay, yeah. Oh, we going to get some facts now. I know they're preaching. We got some things coming up. Our birthday bash real quick, right?
Yeah,
right.
I'm excited. I'm excited. February the 6th is going down. I need to get the information on that. I'm going to tell y'all about it. It's going to be in San Bernardino. I'll get all the information. It's going to be at Worship and Truth over in San Bernardino, California. We'll get the address and all that stuff so I can tell you about it. But it's a great show. I have coming on that show, we got my good friend Aaron Edwards from Bill Bellamy's Who's Got Jokes. And then we also have our headliner, Ron G. You know him from Comedy Central. You know him from BET. And now the new thing he's doing is BET. They just bought Punk'd from MTV. So he's on that show. And he'll be there as well. Along with my good friend Bradley Walker, he's going to be hosting this so I can sit down. This is the first year.
Stupid.
Doc, this is the first year I ever get to sit down.
I'm going to have God laughing.
Man, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm going to have, boy, you crazy. I'm going to say, Daddy, you gave it to me.
You gave it to me, Daddy.
Daddy, you gave it to me.
Oh, here, I got the address. Okay, so the address is 1520 Southeast Street in San Bernardino, California. 92408 is the zip code. Or you can call 909-953-4350. Once again, that's 909-953-4350, and we can get you more information on that show. It's a comedy show. It's a comedy bash. Look at the tickets. It's going to be great. I have Angel Gaines, John Hill, Carletta Adams, Dexter Smiles, Jordan Conley, Sam Hampton, Michael Hart, Men and I, Mr. Ricky, Gary Daniels, Purpose, Experience, Remnant of Worship. Bradley Walker is hosting it. I'm going to be sitting down and enjoying it. It's going to be off the chain. And I just invited my friends to come so I can be able to shout them out. Mr. Eddie Cole's coming. So I know he's going to be in the house.
We're going to take a break. We're going to do this right now. I got a good friend of mine who's joining me online. Just called in.
Okay, well, if you're going to be calling, make sure you dial 1-888.
Did you put him through?
909-1050. We're good?
Good.
Go ahead. Who we got on the line?
We got a good songwriter, record producer. If it wasn't for This Will Be, it wouldn't be no Unforgettable.
Come on, Doc.
That's right.
He wrote it. He produced it. My brother, my friend, Mr. Melody, Chuck Jackson, is on the phone. Chuck!
What's up, Brad?
Chuck-a-love!
Listen to you.
Oh, man. Dude, Chuck, you touching my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard me when I say it wouldn't have been no Unforgettable unless this man here, Chuck Jackson, along with our partner, our brother, Marvin Yancey. Chuck, talk to me. Talk to me, Chuck. How it all began.
I'm excited that you're calling, man. So thank you for calling me and give me the initial lowdown, So what do you want to know?
How did Chuck, when did it all take place of you and Marvin Yancey and Natalie?
Well, it's kind of like stair-step. Back in Chicago, Marvin lived in the Green area. I was on the north side. But we had Push. We both attended Push to my brother's Saturday morning,
Reverend Jesse Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so Marvin played keyboards for the Caravans, gospel group, big, huge group. And I just happened to be in the audience when I saw him come. I heard the keys, bing, bling, bling, boom, boom.
Right.
I said, I got to meet this guy. I was, in the middle of something else, but I said, hey, guys, hold on for a second, you're back. But you never know where your creativity is going to come from. No signpost. It just happens. And as blessed as you are, it comes more and more and more and more and more. And I have to say, I've been extremely blessed to have that writing talent.
Chuck, you have blessed so many hearts, man, with This Will Be and Our Love and Mr. Melody and many, many more, Chuck. Now, when you and because you and see, I do know a little bit about Chuck.
Yeah, go ahead, talk about it.
See, Chuck, if y'all remember Leaving Me, Baby I've Been Missing You, the group The Independents. Okay.
Well, you going back on that?
Yeah, Doc, because that's where it all started.
Before my time.
And Chuck and Marvin was writing all these hits. And then from there, right, Chuck?
Right.
Y'all, where were you at when y'all met Natalie? In New York? Where did y'all meet her?
We were the Independents. We had just came back from Europe, coming out of Capitol Records, and our attorney knew Natalie's attorney. So they hooked up some way, and when we got here, we found out that Lark and Owen had signed Natalie. She came from upstate a little bit. So we didn't want to rush back home. You know, we had serving our contracts with everybody. So we just, but it hit me quick, man. This is Nat King Cole's daughter.
Right.
This is not
I hear you, man.
That's a lot of pressure.
You know, this is not, yeah, man, a lot of pressure, you know. But I was eager to take the challenge, you know, because Marvin and I had the skills to get the right song, but I had to stay an extra day, 2 days really, and to have a talk with Larkin. Larkin had signed that, and he said, Chuck, you gave me 8 songs, and the album that you gave is real good. I said, okay. He said, but we don't have a single. I said, you don't have a single? I said, all this stuff, I'm catching hell and all this. That's what I'm catching.
It came a song, I'm catching hell.
That's why I'm catching it. Because every time I try, everybody's going with Aretha. I wrote for Aretha. She was out there. Shaka was out there. Gladys Knight and the Pistols out there. You name it, Dionne Warwick, all of them out there. So I had to find a place to write, not just write a song and put it on the chart. I had to hip hop through these girls, through these known superstars. And Natalie was carrying the baggage of her daddy on her back. You know, she had to look good. She had to shine. She had to, she had to, I wanted her to look very good. I wanted her to look as good as she could. And she did that, man. She exercised a lot. Flew to Chicago to meet us when we was doing the album. So I wrote This Will Be and gave it to Lark, and Lark said, that's it. That's it. Open the bank and close the door.
Mr. Chuck, let me ask you a question. This is comedian Sizzle C. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. My question to you is, now, how did that song come by? I mean, you wrote. What inspired you to write that song? This Will
Be?
Yeah.
You know, I wanted a relationship. She was already, if you can fathom in your mind where I'm going with this, she was always surrounded by her family. Some members of families, and I knew I shouldn't write anything else but the coming of Jackson Yancey to Natalie Cole. So it's like, this will be. I made a statement there, an everlasting love, because we was making friendship. It's every step we make. She was, but she really wasn't into R&B as she was jazz, something like what her daddy was doing. But I turned her around into 3 platinum albums, and I just made her sing what commercial, what was going to sell, what were the people looking for in terms of talent and representation. She goes, they love her daddy, but now you're not on daddy's footsteps. Now you're on your own now.
Right.
So what you gonna do?
Right.
I kept that in mind, and she and I and Ma spent nights, believe me, in the studio. Brad, no.
Yeah.
Nights, have people bring us coffee and cake and all of it. 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, we just couldn't let this thing go. So when I wrote This Will Be, she just fell out, man, and then wrote all the other stuff, Our Love, and, everything else is just kind of, it was a hard game to play, because it's the descriptive writing,
Right.
I had to get to know her. I wanted to put her in the song.
Right.
So that's like I'm delivering her to the audience, and they accepting her because she's singing herself. She's singing.
Right.
She's real. She got a daddy, looking down at her, and so she was real.
Awesome.
You don't tease her too
Well,
like
y'all took something there, and just international, a standard with her. Chuck, and then as you moved on, because you just didn't stop at Natalie Cole, you went on and did some things, did a big platinum, triple platinum hit on Whitney Houston, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was something that I wanted to do also.
Okay.
I just said that in the mail. She called me back. Man, what have you done? I said, look,
Hey, Chuck.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Chuck.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 minute. I got your other nephew on the line, Robbie on the line.
All right.
Okay. Hey, Chuck. Look,
Yeah.
I know you've been busy and you're in the studio, so I'm glad that you called in. So we gonna just let you part for a minute and rest. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit later on, but we got about 5 more minutes. I'm gonna squeeze Robert in here, Robbie Yancey in. Okay.
Okay. Well, call me back when you get off the air.
Okay, then.
Right, thanks,
Chuck.
Chuck. We
a lot,
appreciate you, Chuck.
That's Chuck Jackson,
Good Chuck
songwriter,
Jackson.
record producer.
The one and only Chuck Jackson.
We got on. This is mean a lot. We got about 5 minutes, and the next guest we have on the line.
3 minutes.
3 minutes
Yes,
is
sir.
my nephew.
Well, we're going to give them all 3. Go ahead and work
We're
with
going
it.
to give him all 3. We got the son of Miss Natalie Cole. We call him Robbie, but Robert Yancey. Robbie.
Hey.
Hey, Robbie. Thank you so much, Robbie. We on air. We live. I'm in here with Sizzle C. Also, I'm in here with your cousin, Eddie Cole.
What's up, Rob?
Also with my bass player, Dawu.com.
How you doing?
Hey, real brief, Robbie, thank you so much, nephew, for calling in. And this, the show is dedicated to your mom. And I just wanted you to call in and just say a few words, how it is, and the time that you had with your mom and the fun times you had with your mama, Miss Natalie Cole.
When I just think about this, so many memories. It's a lifetime full of memories that I have with my mom. I mean, I could think about the times when we would, go to places like Magic Mountain and, go on the roller coasters and just have fun. And then, of course, the opportunities to be with her when we got a chance to travel around this world, man, and been able to be with her and to experience that, and the fact that she would want me there to experience that. I mean, just a lifetime full of memories that, that I have. It's just there's so many. It's hard to pin down one. There's so many times that we shared, whether it be private times as family or times when we would go to the movies, just the two of us. I mean, we had a mother and son bond that was God-given. That's really what we had. And I'm just thankful and just grateful for the memories that I still have left in my heart of the times that we were able to just spend together, whether it be the up, the good times or the down times. I mean, even when, this last several months when she was in the hospital, I was ever grateful to just be by her side and just be right there with her.
Hey, Rob, also, what they don't know, you also played with your mother. Play drums and all different instruments. You was on the road with her also, right, Rob?
Absolutely.
Tell them how was it is to play behind your mom, man.
Right, that's got to be precious.
Playing behind mom is just a blessing to be able to do it. There's not too many singer children that can do it. I mean, I know of a few, but to be able to play behind her and to really realize and just to see just how big of getting an understanding of just how big of a star in the universe this woman was. I got to see that on a first-hand basis when I would see these people come and pack out the place.
Wow.
But being able to play behind her was one of my favorite things to do. It was just a joy to be able to be out there and, to show my love and her love for the music and just to be able to play behind her it was a learning experience. I wasn't just, being able to play behind her. I wasn't just her son. I was employee. So
right.
I got a chance to learn. I got a chance to learn music and learn the certain things that she wants in her music, how she likes certain things and certain sounds.
Right.
So
Hey, Robbie, real quick, you almost got fired too, didn't you?
We only got 10 seconds. We out of here.
Hard, Brad.
We got, I'm gonna put you, I'm gonna put you on blast. We got 10 seconds.
Hey, Rob,
Robbie,
we
we're
want to
gonna
thank you
wrap
so
it up.
much.
We
We
wanna
appreciate
Your NBC Sports Radio update starts now.
The divisional playoffs are in full swing. We're in Game 2 right now. The Arizona Cardinals and the Green Bay Packers. It is second quarter action, and Arizona has a 7-0 lead on Green Bay. Carson Palmer connecting with Michael Floyd for an 8-yard touchdown reception. David Johnson has 3 receptions for 18 yards to go along with 4 carries for just 8 yards. For Aaron Rodgers,